Now for our feature story of the day. Microstrategy announces a $563 million stock offering. Says part of the proceeds will be used to acquire more of the Biddy. And he also says that each Bitcoin is going to be worth $13 million per coin. So every Bitcoin you avoid buying is a $13 million loss. Let's break this down. So this is in the headlines here today. They're making another major purchase. They're probably buying up Bitcoin on the dip right now as I'm speaking. Another headline here reads, Microstrategy locks in the new funding to fuel the Bitcoin buying spree. Microstrategy doubling down on the Biddy, raising $563 million through the preferred stock. Now with 423,650 Bitcoin already, Saylor envisions a $13 million price future. And this is probably a little out of date. I'm pretty confident now. Saylor has over 470,000 of the Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, so, and from an interview he did with Patrick Bet-David, he says, every Bitcoin you don't purchase will cost you $13 million. So break this down. Shout out to the Giga Chad, the one and only. Software development firm Microstrategy is announcing a massive new stock offering to raise funds for accumulating more Bitcoin. That's why we call him the Bitcoin Alchemist. In a new press release, the business intelligence company says it's setting the price of its perpetual strike preferred stock offering at $80 per share with the hopes of attaining $563 million. They always underpromise and overdeliver, by the way. You notice that? Which some would go towards acquiring more of Bitcoin. Well, of course, other ways the funds would be issued include the working capital as well as the general corporate expenses. A preferred stock offering is a way for the firm to raise capital without diluting its voting rights. They generally offer investors higher and more consistent yields, as well as more stability. Quoting MicroStrategy, the perpetual strike preferred stock will have a liquidation preference of $100 per share and will accumulate cumulative dividends at a fixed rate of 8% per annum. And hodlers of the preferred stock will have the right to convert their shares of perpetual strike preferred stock on any business day into shares of MicroStrategy's Class A common stock. Hence, Bitcoin Alchemy. Earlier in the month, the shareholders of MicroStrategy, which was founded by the Bitcoin maximalist and former chief executive Mikey Saylor, voted to increase the number of shares in the bid to raise money to purchase more of the King crypto. And at this time, it was reported that the proposal was to increase the number of the common shares from 330 million to 10.3 billion. And just like last week, he announced another $1 billion purchase. And the Saylor tracker we follow, I think it's been 13 consecutive weeks of a massive Bitcoin purchase. I don't think he's slowing down. Remember the proposal he shared a few weeks ago, which we covered on the pod? They committed to purchasing over $43 billion worth of Bitcoin in the next couple of years. Bring it. And so, yeah, from 5 million to $1 billion, the proposal passed with about 56% approval. And did you know BlackRock is the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy? If you don't know, now you know. In fact, BlackRock is the primary shareholder in like over 90% of the companies in the S&P 500. They own everything, practically. And according to the data from the Bitcoin blockchain tracker, Bitcoin Treasuries, MicroStrategy has a stash, I told you, 471,000 Bitcoin worth just over $48 billion. Bitcoin currently correcting though, so it might be a little off right now as we're currently under 100,000, but it's ballpark. You know, Michael Saylor's been crushing it. It completely transformed the trajectory of MicroStrategy, so you already know. And diving a little deeper into the 13 million specific prediction, let's see what I can pull up for the broskies here. I'll read you this. This one is a little older, this article. So this was as of January 26, just FYI, but this is when he initially made the 13 million base case projection. So Saylor has been a vocal proponent of Bitcoin, predicting that by the year 2045, Bitcoin could reach 13 million per coin in a base case scenario. So that's not even the bull scenario. That's a base case. He emphasized Bitcoin's potential to displace gold as a non-governmental store of value, stating that it is the apex property of the human race. That's right. The apex predator has no competitors, is all I got to say. But let me know your thoughts. 13 million per Biddy base case. Holla at your boy. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream as the Biddy broskies are going wild today. Because Nippinator's up. He's licking the paw. That might be the next Nippinator indicator. Time will tell.